Have you ever wondered how to get all these secret mission creatures and grind them if you already have them? You can like grind multiple mission creatures and you can sell them, I guess. So I'm just gonna get straight into this. I'm gonna put the timestamps on the screen for each creature if you are looking for a specific one. Right there. I'm just gonna keep it for like 2 more seconds because so you guys can have some time. Alright, so let's start with the Aleicuda. Obviously you guys can't see any of the missions, but I'm gonna tell you all of the missions and I'm going to tell you the fastest method for each one of them. So if you guys want to know, here are the values of each one of them posted on our value list in my Discord server. So obviously the most valuable one is Venuella, but the problem about Venuella right now is that the mission is broken and you can't actually get it unless you use a mission token. But I'm gonna tell you guys anyway the fastest way, just in case it's fixed by the time this video is uploaded or by the time you guys see it. But the Aleicuda worth 500, which is actually good. It's like the second most valuable. Let's see. This is in the wiki, but I'm also going to tell you the fastest way for each one of those. So the first mission is that you have to dart 50 times as an aquatic or semi-aquatic. You can always check your progress here if you're not sure what you're doing. But the most important thing is that you know what the missions are. And now the best creature to do this with is probably a small creature so you don't get killed and stuff and so you have a lot of stamina. So I would suggest that for the best creature for the first one, the darting one, is definitely the Naimuna. It has the most stamina and you could just dart 50 times. And as you guys can see, it doesn't even barely loses any stamina when you dart. So yeah, just do this 50 times. And that is the first mission done. Now, the second one is deal enough bleed to a tier 4 plus aquatic creature for it to die. To the bleed. It can't die to the damage that you deal. If it dies to the player damage, like the bite damage, then it's not gonna count. So, the best creature for this is Venuella. Now, it deals 3 bleed, which is less than Cyrodon's 10 bleed. But the thing is that the Venuella has Keen Observer, so you can see whenever the creature is about to die. So you're basically what you want to do is like get a few bites on it, ankle bite at tier 4 plus, you do 400 damage so you can like get it low. And before it dies, don't bite it anymore. Just like chase it so it doesn't rest, but don't really bite it. Let it just die to the bleed, and if it does, the mission is gonna count. Then you could just get 3 kills like that, and it's actually pretty fun, so it's not like a boring grindy thing. And then the mission after that is completed by attacking an aquatic creature 50 times, and this one is unconfirmed, but you guys can try it if you want to. There might be like a specific thing like a tier 4 plus or something, but I don't think it really matters. Just try to attack aquatic creatures basically. So for the Aleicuda, you're mostly just gonna be playing as any aquatic creature, I guess, that deals some bleed. Then the final mission is very easy. You just have to spin the bleeder gacha 5 times. Now obviously a lot of you are gonna go like, why would I spend 1,700 for an Aleicuda with the bleeder gacha when I can just buy the Aleicuda itself for 500? Well, the reason you're doing that is because after you spend 1,700, not only do you get the Aleicuda, you also get 5 pretty nice bleeder creatures, as well as the Aleicuda for 1,700. But in my opinion, I wouldn't go for the Aleicuda, but we could just keep going because the missions get easier and stuff. Now for the Arsonos, which is a very interesting one because I love this creature. It's actually really strong for a tier 4. So the Arsonos is very easy, and this is one that you can grind. In the value list, it is only worth 200, but it's very easy. You know, you can collect them and stuff, and you can just get one for yourself, I guess, because it's a very nice creature. So for the Arsonos, you just have to die to a meteor in a volcanic eruption, and these happen a lot, so you guys can just play the game normally, and as soon as you see a volcanic eruption, just sacrifice your creature to it or just use a smaller one. It has to be an adult creature, so you guys can use a small adult creature, a tier 1, maybe grow it quickly, something like that, but just die to a meteor. And then you can die in a lava pool. You can do that by going to the volcano island at the top right of the map, and that's pretty easy. That's an Arsonos right there. Next up, we have the Astrothi. In the value list, this creature is worth 100, which is not a lot, but it is a pretty fun small flyer creature, I believe. And to get it, you have to nest 5 players as a flyer during fall or winter. Now you can use any flyer for this because none of them are faster in nesting, so I'm not going to tell you guys which flyer is the best, but I like Vaumora. I don't know, it's nice, but you can use any flyer for this. You just have to make sure you nest them in fall or winter, and the most important thing is the eggshell plushie right here. So this thing increases your egg incubation by a lot, so if you guys are looking to grind this creature a lot, this thing would be really useful. It actually like helps so much. And for the next mission, we have survive as a tier 1 flyer for 900 seconds. This is extremely easy. The Astrothi is a very easy creature to get. So yeah, just pick any tier 1 flyer and something like the Bizu or anything like that. Just survive for 900 seconds, which is also like 15 minutes. And yeah, the next creature, where's the thing, will be Militrua, which is one that I keep getting randomly. I don't know why. Like, I get so many of these. But the Militrua, you have to heal 50 points. Okay, well, now I know why I get them a lot. For some reason, I always get shocked. Like, people just keep shocking me over and over again. But this one doesn't mean that you heal someone's shock. You have to heal your own shock. And you have to take 10,000 damage. No wonder I keep getting the Militrua. Okay, well, now, to grind Militruas and get a lot of them if you want to collect them, you have to probably get a friend for this who will keep shocking you with a Vaumora maybe, with their breath and their shocking ability. But if you guys want to get this manually, I guess you just get it while you play the game. People will shock you sometimes, fight electric creatures. But the second one, take 10,000 damage. The best way to do this is to use something like a Korthos or a Venuella or a Boreal Warden and make someone damage you to like low health and then just make them do it like till 80% again, and that's like already 10,000 damage. Take it. That's an easy Militrua right there. Now the Shararook. Shararook is actually worth 500, so it is actually pretty valuable, and it's in high demand. A lot of people like Shararooks because that thing can go invisible and it's creepy and stuff. But for this creature, you have to travel 20,000 studs during nighttime as a terrestrial creature. Now, terrestrial creature means a land creature, and the fastest terrestrial creatures in the game are any tier 1 and tier 2 land creatures like the Beluvaraptor 134 sprint or the Jeff 143, or you can use something slower if you don't have those like the Canapodi, which is 128, because it doesn't really matter. They're all like similar in speed. Puffwomp, just make sure it's land and that it's fast. And 20,000 studs is a lot, so you can just use your own land creature even if it's a tier 3 and just travel the world, I guess. Have fun while you grow it. But the second mission is kill 5 creatures during a blood moon. Now this is the hardest one. You need to wait for a blood moon. And how do you kill 5 creatures? I don't know. If you're good at fighting, you can kill 5 creatures with like some fire around the world, but it's normal that you can't find 5 players easily. So the best thing you can do is probably get an ult account as soon as you encounter a blood moon. So if you guys want to get the Shararook, the best thing you can do is probably prepare an alt account, alright? And another device to join with that you can like kill yourself over and over again. And to be honest, I'm not sure if they have to be adult creatures. They didn't say whether they have to or not. But basically, I would suggest just getting like a tier 3, 4 flyer, like a Vaumora, so you can be a little bit fast, but you can also kill a lot of creatures. So just whenever you get the blood moon, just go around and kill everything. Preferably go to crowded places like Oasis or lakes. Don't look in like the middle of the forest or something. But the next mission for the Shararook is going to be survive 5 nights as a terrestrial creature. As I said, this is very easy. You just have to play the game as a land creature. Now, the first mission and the third mission actually go pretty well together. You travel 20,000 studs and you survive 5 nights. So as I said, if you guys don't want to make this grindy and boring, just use a land creature you like and travel around and survive. And then you just have to kill a lot of stuff during the blood moon. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my personal favorite, the Vaumora, the electric bird, and one of the coolest creatures in the game. It's worth about 100 to 300. The 300 is because it is in high demand because of how cool it is, not because that it's really hard to get. But to get the Vaumora, you have to survive a thunderstorm for 900 seconds. You just basically have to stay alive in a thunderstorm. These happen a lot, and experience 5 Goliath class tornadoes. So like the Shararook, it's just a waiting game for the Vaumora. Just play the game, and whenever a thunderstorm is there, you just have to, be spawned in. You don't really need to do anything. But yeah, whenever you get a thunderstorm, just make sure you're playing the game and you're actually like experiencing it. Then the Goliath class tornadoes, I don't know if they're rare or something, but it takes time. It takes time. Just play the game and you will eventually get Vaumoras. Now, the Venuella. This is the super behemoth, this one over here. This creature is worth 500 to 1k. More in the 1k, some people will buy it for 1k because this is a super behemoth and it weighs 45,000. But this creature is actually, I think, the hardest to get, but I'm pretty good at getting Venuellas. I'll tell you exactly how to get it. Right now, the Venuella mission, unfortunately, is not working. They're working, but this one isn't working. The Nest 3 players. So you guys can do all the other 3, and then whenever they fix this one, you can just do it and you get the Venuella. It's really easy. Kill 5 tier 4 large plus flyers. The flyers have to be adults, so you can't really get a friend unless they're like willing to grow and sacrifice their creature to you. You actually have to kill a bunch of big flyers. I suggest you use a flyer for this or something invisible with like shredded wings. I don't know, but Sigmatox would be really good for this. The second is survive a thunderstorm as a non-photovore. So just don't use a photovore for this one. It is very easy. You just have to wait for a thunderstorm, and you have to do it 3 times. Don't forget that. And the third one is nest 3 players as a tier 3 plus flyer. You can use the Vaumora for this or any tier 3 plus flyer, it is easy, but unfortunately it is not working. I just tested to see if it is, and it's not. It did not give me the thing. And the last thing is to spin the Photovore gacha 5 times, and this is so worth it, and I'm about to tell you why. So, as you can see here, a Photovore gacha is actually pretty cheap. It only costs 100 per gacha and 500 for 5. The reason for that is because you need a token, so it is actually pretty hard to get those tokens, and I'm about to tell you the fastest way to get them. But basically, for 500 shrooms, you're gonna get the Venuella, and you're gonna get 5 Photovores. That is very, very nice, just for 500 if you do the other missions. So it is very worth it. You guys should definitely do it if you have the chance and you did all the other missions. But how do you get those Photovore Explorer tokens? Here are the Photovore spawns. Now this is very important. You guys can pause this whenever you're looking for them. But the most important thing before you pause this video is that they only spawn the Photovore Explorer tokens. They only spawn in summer and spring and sometimes Sakura. So you mainly want to be looking for this when it's summer or spring. As you can see in the game, it's summer right now. I waited for it to be summer. I'm just gonna follow some of the spawns, you know, see if I have some luck. Obviously they're not 100%, sometimes they don't spawn, sometimes they spawn a different token, so whenever you look for them, they're most likely not gonna be there. Oh, and I think they only spawn in the daytime. I'm not sure about this one though, but it's like a rumor that they only spawn in the daytime. So I guess if you really want to be sure that they're gonna spawn, you should do it in the daytime, because I don't know, it's a Photovore, it has to do with the sun and stuff. Yeah, so my suggestion for finding the Photovore Explorer tokens is to use a very fast flyer. I'm using Vaumora, but you should use some faster flyer like Uvius. Uvius is perfect for this because it can go in the water and it can fly. So yeah, use Uvius for this. Yeah, so I can't find one. I've been looking for like 10 minutes, but maybe it has to do with the fact that I'm in a low server. But to maximize this, there's no way they would decrease the chances of finding tokens in servers with a lot of players. So you guys can check those out. But yeah, the spawns are correct, and I actually found one over there before, so yeah, I can confirm that some of them are at least correct. I don't know if all of them are, but they gotta be. Now, the next creature is going to be Zethines, and this is gonna be the last one. Now, a lot of people like this Zethines. It is worth 200 to 400, and it actually looks expensive in the trading menu, so whenever you put it, people might think that it's worth a lot and stuff. But the Zethines is pretty easy. You have to deal and heal 500 points of bleed. So again, if you have a friend that can help you with this or an alt account, use something tanky like Venuella or Kurthos or Burial Warden or Cavaratus or Takamara, blah blah blah. Something that doesn't block bleed preferably, and then just basically deal bleed to it with any bleed dealing creature. And for the bleed healing, the Annie heals bleed like, yeah, it heals 0.5 bleed per bite, and the Flame Rear heals 2 bleed per attack, so that is nice. So far I only know about the Flameir and the Annie. I don't know what else. You guys could comment down below. But yeah, that's it for the mission creatures. They are very cool. You guys can go in my Discord server, join it to see the value list that I have if you guys want to. And subscribe to show some support because I want to make a lot more videos like this. So if you guys enjoyed, subscribe.